Hey guys, it's Carissa. I waited all day to make a video for you yesterday because I wanted to wait to hear what the results of my blood work were and kind of have an idea of what the next steps would be. But I never got a phone call. So I was kind of grumpy about it yesterday, and I just figured I'd wait till today to update you. Basically, I went in for my appointment, and the doctor that suggested I come in a week later, she must have made the appointment with her, because I was really surprised when she came in the room. And she kind of acted like she didn't know why I was there. And I understand, medical professionals, they see tons of patients, they discuss all different things. By no means do I expect her to remember the details of my previous visit and her phone call to me, but even when I kind of tried to remind her, she still seemed a little bit fuzzy on why I was there. And she performed my ultrasound, and just as expected, my ovaries had shrunk quite a bit in size, and the largest follicle I had was on my right side. I think I had 4 on my right side. The big one was like an 11, though. It was not that large. And all of the ones on my left had come down considerably in size. So I also didn't have as many of them. So there's nothing really to trigger, and that's what I expected. She did say that she asked me if I had gotten my period, and I said no, and she seemed surprised. And she asked me a couple more times. But at no point had she said I should expect that. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think, anyway, that I should expect to get it in that week since I saw her last. So I don't know if that's something I don't know. I don't know if that's something that I should be expecting, but I did start spotting yesterday afternoon. It has since stopped, like as of earlier today. But I'm going to guess that cycle day 1 will be Sunday or Monday. And they're probably closed Monday. So she said that I could jump right into the next cycle and start my meds without any period at all if my blood work came back quiet, as they say, which basically means all my levels have dropped. But I'm going to guess that that's not the case since they didn't call me. So she said if your estrogen level is in the 200s still, there's a chance that you still have something that we could trigger if you wanted to. And I just don't even want to play around with this anymore. Like, I'm just done with this cycle. Let's just let it be done. So I figured I'm just going to kind of push forward towards the next one. But my levels must have been kind of mid-range, because if it was high in the 200s, I also think she probably would have had some instruction for me, I guess. I can check my patient portal, which is a portion of the website where each patient has a login, and you can see your next appointment date and all of your lab results and things like that. And maybe they have instructions for me in there, but as of this point, I don't really know what they want from me or when I would be seeing them again. So that's a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, I guess because I've been through so many cycles, I can kind of see how this would shape out, and I would be there on Wednesday or Thursday this week, most likely anyway, so I'm just not going to worry about it. She also asked me when my follow-up was for my IVF, and that was uncomfortable because I was like, I don't know, she was supposed to be the one to make that appointment. So I said, well, you told me that it was going to be about 2 months for the waiting list, and she looked at me like I was crazy and said, I never would have said that. The waiting list it's a month or less every time, and kind of sounded like I was putting words in her mouth. And I totally wasn't. I was just saying what... she was like, I must have meant we should wait 2 months or something. I don't know. Whatever. We finally made the appointment yesterday, and it's for the end of February. So she said, that's good, because hopefully we can get one IUI cycle in before then. I'm nervous about that appointment, though, to be honest, because Mike is pretty upset. He's just become very frustrated at this point with the money that we've put into it, and just how dependent we are on them to, you know, tell us what to do. And when they give us the wrong drug protocol for all this time for the wrong procedure, or they offer us, you know, solutions, and then they don't properly formulate a plan drug-wise for that either, it just feels like we're just wasting time and money. And then he told me something that he hadn't said before, which has been bothering him. He said he didn't want to upset me, but he said that during my egg retrieval, the doctor stopped short at one point and said, that's good, I think I've got plenty. And Mike was like, well, no, if you think there's more, I'd really like for you to try to get more. And he goes, nah, I don't want it a bruise. I've got plenty. And then I ended up with 7 eggs. Now, I know that I didn't have many follicles that they could see anyway. They were guessing I had about 10. But my right ovary was almost impossible to see through ultrasound at that point. So I don't know if maybe because he couldn't see more follicles, he didn't try, or maybe I just didn't have that many. I mean, as you've probably seen if you've watched my videos, you know, I'll always report that I just don't have that much going on. So it's possible that it was okay for him to stop there, but Mike's really bothered by that. He, you know, he feels like he just kind of didn't try hard enough, and it's been kind of on his mind and bothering him. So I don't know. We're obviously not doctors. We don't know. So he's pretty upset, and hopefully that appointment isn't really uncomfortable. I would rather talk to them about potentially being more aggressive with my drug protocol or changing it in some way. By then, I'll hopefully have had my 3rd injectable cycle in my charts for them to kind of compare between IVF, this last failed just mess that we went through, and then the next with the mini stem. So hopefully that'll kind of give them a little bit more information about me and how I react and just what I require. And then I'm going to ask if there's other things that could be factors that I should have tested for, like how are my thyroid meds? You know, did my thyroid jump up again, or should I be testing vitamin D levels or anything like that? Like, I mean, if there's something that I should be looking into that could potentially help, I would like to know about that. That's all I really want to ask them. I have a terrible feeling that they're going to just justify doing the same thing again and kind of push that on us, and we'll be at their mercy to just do it. And I guess if that's what they have to do or what they prefer to do, that's fine. But we won't know until we meet with them. So that's all that's going on right now. I am sort of in limbo about what's the start of my next cycle. We are feeling a little frustrated, but in the next few days, Mike and I are going to come up with a list of questions or points to discuss at our meeting. If any of you have suggestions on things that we should bring up or things that, you know, you think that we should discuss with them at some length, I would love to hear it. And even if maybe you've been through something similar where you had to change your drugs up a little or something like that, if there's something that I could ask them about, because that's my chance to do it. So I probably won't know what more is going on until late next week, and I will update you when I have something. So thank you all for all of your messages. I was blown away by the amount of support that I received from all of you, and I think that happens every time, and it's not that I doubt it, but I get in these really dark places sometimes where I just feel really sad and really alone, and I know I'm not alone, and I know that it's silly to feel like if I put something like that out there that I won't get a ton of love from all of you guys, but it truly touches my heart. I hope to get back to all of you soon, and I just thank you so much. I guess you guys don't mind Eeyore after all, so thank you for that. I needed it, so thank you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend.